After managing the Dodgers for 20 seasons, including 2 World Championships and 8 divisional titles, Tommy Lasorda was chosen for baseball's Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility. A few weeks before his induction, I had a chance to chat with the Dodger manager.
Well, Tommy, only a few days to go, and I guess you're just getting excited as the days go by, don't you?
Absolutely, Ross. This is amazing. You know, I just can't wait till the day comes. It's something that is the most precious things that has ever happened to me in all the years I've been in baseball. You know, I was 17 years old, and I left home to go play professional baseball, never having been more than 12 miles away from home. I was scared to death. 52 years later, I am going to be inducted into baseball's Hall of Fame. It's just hard for me to believe, and I'm going to be nervous and scared on that day, believe me.
Are you writing a speech, or are you going to ad-lib it that day?
No, I'm not writing a speech, because to me, it's going to be a day of gratitude, a day of appreciation, and I just want to thank all the people who have made it possible for me to get there. And I'll tell you something, I am so fortunate to be able to say one day that I'm in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Peter O'Malley, I guess, is going to introduce you, huh?
No, Ross, that's not right. I told him I would like for Peter to introduce me, but they said that the guy from the Hall of Fame does it. So I'm very, very disappointed in that respect, but yet by the same token, I'm so happy that someone is going to introduce me.
We're sorry we're going to miss it, because we're going to be in Chicago, and I guess we'll see you the next day.
That's right, and it's amazing that we are playing there the following day. You guys are going to be playing Sunday evening in Chicago. It's going to be a very, very tough trip for you to get to Cooperstown and play there on Monday. But I'll tell you something, Ross, there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of my friends, my family. There are busloads coming up from Norristown. There are busloads coming from Chicago. And I'll tell you, if all the people who tell me they're going to be there, it's going to be something special.
Yeah, it certainly should be. As you look back at it, Tom, what were the highlights?
Well, the highlights were getting the job as the manager of the Dodgers. That was the number one thing. Peter O'Malley thought enough of me to give me that job. I did it for 20 years, and in the 20 years, I've seen so many great things happen. Number one, I could never be in the Hall of Fame if it weren't for the players that played for me. Number two, I would never be in the Hall of Fame if it weren't for Peter O'Malley, Al Campanis. It would not be in the Hall of Fame if it weren't for the media who had done so much for me over the years. But the thing that's most important to me is the 20 years that I managed. How many wonderful guys I managed. Guys that were outstanding players, but more important, they were tremendous people. They were role models for the youth of this country. That's what I'm so very, very proud about. And you know this, Ross. Every trip that we would take, without a doubt, the stewardess or the head steward would come to me and say, Mr. Lasorda, we don't usually like to fly charter athletic teams, but your guys are so wonderful, well-mannered, dress real good. And you know, when somebody tells me that one of those players is a good player, that makes me feel good. But when they tell me they're an outstanding young man, that makes me feel proud. That's what I'm going to miss more than anything, the camaraderie I had with the players. I'm going to really and truly miss that. I'm going to miss the fans going into the different cities. I'm going to miss the LA fans who really supported me for so many years as the manager of this ball club. I'm going to miss the press. The press was really good to me in the 20 years that I managed here, Ross, and I will always appreciate that. And I just, 20 years from Norristown to Cooperstown. 17 years old, leaving Norristown. 69 years old, going to Cooperstown. What a life.
Tommy, congratulations from all of us who've known you so long, and we will be pleased to be there, even though we're a few hours late.
Ross, and let me say this. I've said this a number of times, so I'm not saying it to you for the first time. I want to thank Vinny. I want to thank you. I want to thank Rick Mundy. I want to thank Jaime Harin. I want to thank Rene Cardenas, and I want to thank all the people who have helped me to get into Cooperstown.
Tommy, congratulations.
Thank you, Ross.